and welcome back. And of course, the under-18 competition is also hotting up, getting closer and closer to the finals. Belmont Lions have got a couple of great kids there, and of course, the North Geelong Footy Club still sitting on top of the ladder undefeated. The man that'll tell us whether they just might get knocked off eventually is the man that talks about the under-18s every Saturday morning, Dale Smith. Good morning, Dale.
Yeah, good morning, Dick. It'll take a big job for someone to get over the top of them, but a couple of sides have been close this year, but can't get there, so it's a big chance still. 4 or 5 games to go, including finals we're talking here, and North Geelong will play in some of those. So North Geelong on Saturday played Inverleigh, and they kicked 17 goals, 507 to defeat Inverleigh 9-5-59. Kingwell kicked 7, Podner 4 and Gasper 3. Better players there, Gasper, Milne and Short. For the Inverleigh side, Perrott with 4, McConaughey 2, and 3 other players all kicked goals there. Better players, Hill, Perrott and Brumby. Up at the Duck Pond, Werribee 14, I've got it written down there, 14-10-100 I think it is. I just try to work it out, but close enough to it anyway. 6-7-43 to the East Geelong side, so a good win there to Werribee, who were actually below East Geelong and probably did us a favour. Goals to the home side, Bear with 4, Mason 3, DeCampi 2, and 5 other individual goal kickers there. Jay Camilleri, DeCampi and Mason were their better players. For the East Geelong side, Bolton with 3, Roberts 2 and Webb 1, and better players there, Nolan, Webb and Williams. Belmont Lions, and young Zach Jahn was going for his 100 on the weekend, needed 6, got 5. But 16-17-113 to defeat Belpost Hill 139. So as I said, Jahn with 5, Ward with 3, and 8 more goal kickers there, 8 individual goal kickers, better players there, Kenyon, Swanson and Vickers. Their goal kicker for the Belpost Hill side was Wistance. Better players, Balaki, Wistance and Grinter. Corio 14-16-100. Now that's pretty close to what the other score was. Defeated Bannockburn 11-3-69. And for Corio, Wright with 4, Cullen, R. Livesey and Lane all with 2. M. Livesey was their better player with D. Scott and Toyne. And for Bannockburn, T. Warple kicked 4, Chamberlain and Tyquin 2. Best players there, Primer, Warple and Aaron Lucas. For the final game, Geelong West St Joseph's had another win. Defeated Winchelsea 10-11-71 to defeat Winchelsea 2-3-15. Goal kickers, DePetro 5, Kiss 3, and 2 other guys kicked goals there. Better players, Wright, Marino and Morford. And for the Winchelsea side, goal kickers were Warland and Stewart. Better players, Anderson Higginson, Altamari and Wilson. So at this stage, pretty similar to the senior lineup, Dick. 6 teams can still make it, and obviously Bannockburn and East Geelong are the 5 and 6 teams at the present time. So an important day this afternoon.
Fantastic and very exciting. Thanks, Dale. And Dale's under-18 segment will be back again next Saturday morning. As we spoke about before the first break, a great effort by Matthew Jovanovic, kicking 20 goals for the Belpost Hill Panthers against the hapless Belmont Lions. A fantastic effort indeed in any circle for a player to kick 20 goals. Now, I'll just bore you at home, folks, with a little bit of stats here. He kicked the 20 goals, but the record belongs to East Geelong player. Now, it wasn't Kevin O'Leary. I'll give you the mail there. It was a bloke by the name of Jay Plunkett, and it was back in 1933, so Neville Whitley probably remember seeing him. Would have run around with Neville probably on the paddock. He kicked, now wait for it, folks, 21 goals, and Dale, have a guess who he kicked them against?
Who, Dick?
I'll tell you, Dale. The Belmont Lions.
Did he?
They were in a bad trot, aren't they? Back in 1933. Now, I'll tell you something else. The best lot of goals kicked in local footy was Wayne Tyquin, and we all know how good he was. Kicked 1,500 goals in a career that played at Corio, St Albans and North Shore. And of course, Bannockburn, yes, Birregurra and Torquay. Now, Tyquin kicked 24 goals.
Fair day in the park.
But he was playing for Birregurra, so it's absolutely nothing to do with our leagues. I don't even know why I brought that up. Now, big hauls in local footy. You ready for it, folks?
I'm listening.
Hang on to your wordies. Here we go. Queenscliff's Mike Burrell kicked 21 goals against the now defunct St Leonard's Footy Club. Who? Birrell, that'll do.
Doc Birrell.
Or Birrell, whatever you like to do. Trust Fano, because he went to St Joey's, but at one thing he tech we called him Birrells, that's okay. Kevin Higgins, he kicked 20 goals for Newtown and Chilwell. Have a guess who that was against, folks? Against North Geelong in 1982, which finished his career. Thank goodness for that. Fantastic. So, fantastic effort by Matt Jovanovic, and we do congratulate you on behalf of everybody associating local footy. It's a fantastic effort, Matt, and well done. I just hope that's the last of them. We're only kicking 20 goals against North Geelong if they make the finals. Thank you very much. Now, there's the ladder coming up on the screen, and Dale, as we said, coming in later on, or before, I'll get it right eventually, Werribee Central's on top, and they've been the yardstick all year. Belpost, Still, Bannockburn and East Geelong would think would be the big contenders. North Geelong are still hanging in there, my bomb, and I hope they'll go all right. And, of course, Thompson, do you reckon they can get in?
Well, it'll be decided this afternoon. It's They've got Belpost still at home, which will be an advantage, and they did beat him in the first round.
Yep.
Whereas your Blakes, I think, travel out to Corio, is that right? Or are they going at home?
At the Devil's Playground,
At the Devil's Playground, so you would think that they would win. So I reckon by the end of the day, we'll have a fair indication of where both sides are sitting. Percentage still a big factor in this too.
Yes, and of course the sides that can't make it have put in a great season. Inverloy, Winchelsea and Anarchy, a great effort there by those clubs, and Daryl Bissett, of course, will be disappointed, but he'll obviously bounce back next year. Just mentioning Thompson, of course, if they don't make the finals, it'll be the first time since 1994 the Tommy Tigers haven't been there, and that's pretty disappointing for them, no doubt. We'll have to give them directions on where to stand and watch the footy at St Albans Park. They're probably not used to that. And, of course, Corio, Geelong West, the Belmont Lions, we hope that they can regroup. They're a great footy club. All they're going to do now is put some cattle on the paddock, and they'll play fantastic footy next year indeed. There you go. Now, this afternoon, the 94.7 match of the day. And I don't know what it is, Smithy. What is it? Tell me what it is.
We're going out to see Thompson play Belpost still.
Thompson and Belpost still out at the Thunderdome. And this is a big game because it's on 94.7 The Pulse at 1:30 this afternoon. And, of course, the Tommy Tigers, they must win this to stay in finals contention up against Belpost still. And as you said, Dale, the Tommy Tigers beat them early in the season.
Yeah, and that's probably when they weren't in their best of form either. So it makes for some interesting, I suppose, some interesting reading and an interesting stage of the year, because Solomaki didn't play in that game because he was still playing with St Albans. Stephen McLeod didn't play in that game, so they've been bolstered by those two players. But if you're looking for a form side over the last 4 to 5 weeks, then the Belpost Steel side are just far and above everybody else. Jovanovic obviously is a great goal kicker, but then you've got to take into account that Caleb Basley, you've got Jamie Pyle, you've got Brent Gergie playing down forward. Holzfine goes through there at some stage. Sean Lewis plays up forward at different times. So they've got a number of options they can put into that forward line and are very, very dangerous. The workload, I suppose, is going to be shared through the defence of Thompson. Yep. Matthews is a great defender. Now he's probably going to go to Jovanovic. If he can contain him and the rest of the backmen hold pretty firm, Dick, they might give themselves a chance. Look, they've got to believe that they can beat them because they've done it early in the season when they weren't, as I said, playing their best footy. Solomaki, as I said, is that bonus. You said he's kicked 20 goals or so in the last 2 weeks. He'll need to stand up again. He can't. Jackson McLeod's another one that hasn't probably kicked the main goals, but obviously he can play footy and we know he can get amongst them.
So Tommy Tigers.
I think Belpost still. I just think the way they're playing, I don't think it's... I think if I was going to put money on the flag, that'd be them.
All right, fair enough. Well, of course, you can hear all the action this afternoon, 1:30 on 94.7 The Pulse, your home of country football. We're going to take a short break. Be right back and talk about all the other games on this afternoon with Tony and Julio.